Hey tribe, Dawna here from Transformational Healing. And today we are going to chat a little bit about self care tips, self love, and Mercury Retrograde. Basically, what's going on with the energies right now, with Imbolc approaching and Valentine's Day getting even closer, even though it's a month away. Things that you can do in preparation. And of course, as always, I squeeze in some announcements with our Saturday Live, and I am open to your questions. So if you're here, let me know. You can send me a hashtag live, or if you watch on the replay, a hashtag replay, or you can simply just say hi and ask a question. So I can see that there's at least one person here. I know sometimes when we watch on a TV or on a cell phone, it's really, really hard to leave comments and interact. So if that's what's going on, just give me a thumbs up, send me a little emoji, do something to let me know that you're here and that you like what I'm talking about. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do that too so that you don't miss out. Here at Transformational Healing, we go live almost every Sunday at 2 o'clock, but there will always be a video. So if I can't go live at 2 o'clock, I always pre record a video and put it up for you if I have something else that needs to happen. And on 3 o'clock, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we always make sure that we try to put videos up. There will be occasional breaks throughout the year, but trying to help you to get back in balance, whether that's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, or trying to get that daily life balance between your spiritual life and taking care of your physical self as well. So, hi, Nicole. Nice to see you. I'm glad that you're here as well. So, um, today, talking about self care. Self care is very important and vital, and I cover it a lot on this channel. And it all comes back to that point of balance. You have to balance out what you're providing yourself for self care and what you are doing to help others or what you're doing to fulfill those other roles that you have. Because lots of us wear many hats. I didn't bring any funny hats today. I should have brought some funny hats. So we wear lots of different hats, but we don't want to become known as those things. I know that when I had my second child, I was in serious postpartum depression and didn't even realize that I was in postpartum depression. I just felt like the only thing that I ever could be, the only thing that I identified as was as a mom. That was the only thing that I got to do was to take care of my kids because the only identity that I had was I was identifying as mom. And mom was depressed because she didn't get ever away from the kids and wasn't being spiritual, wasn't balancing out all those other things that I needed to do. I wasn't going out with friends. I wasn't having fun. I wasn't doing all of those things that made me me because I wasn't mom. I was Dawna, who happened to be playing a role as mom. And it took me a while to understand that that's where my balance was off. Then there's lots of other hats. When we're working, we become that person at that job. That's all we identify as. When we're helping others or being caretakers, we seem to be the caretaker. If we happen to have an illness that is chronic, then we take on that illness as our identity. And that one is a really hard one to overcome. And it's possible. I've helped several people to overcome that identity of identifying with their illness, that the only thing that they are is their illness. And once you can get past that point, you can realize that you need to identify as yourself and that the illness is just one of your many facets and it doesn't have control. You have control. So that's the idea about balance and about self care. And if you're just popping in, make sure that you say hi. Hey, Barb, I'm glad that you're here too. Miss you. I hope that you're doing well. Um, I know that we're getting ready to get slammed by a lot of snow this evening, probably a little less than what Barb is going to get if I've looked at the weather right. But yeah, we're going to get hit by quite a bit of snow tonight. So that was kind of what prompted this self-care thing, actually, because I thought if we're stuck inside, if it's snowy and it's icy, and most of this East Coast is going to be covered with ice and snow and storms and different things like that, that it would be the perfect time to take care of our self-care. And that would be a good time to chat about it. So if you guys have any specific questions, even on the replay, make sure that you pop them in and I can answer questions about herbs, herbal healing, aromatherapy, different products that are in the shop, or different just spiritual ideas that you have that you would like to get a little bit of clarity on, besides the topic of self-care and Mercury retrograde, which is what I am chit-chatting about. So I'm glad that you're doing well, Barb, and I hope that you stay that way. So adding in this energy of Mercury retrograde that just started yesterday. No, not yesterday. Today's the 16th. It started on the 14th. And it's going to go until February 3rd. So it goes all the way until the day after Imbolc. But it kind of actually lines up perfectly with everything that we would be doing to prepare for Imbolc, or the halfway mark. A lot of people celebrate it as Groundhog Day, the halfway to spring mark. So Ostara is our spring equinox, and Yule, or the winter solstice, and halfway between that is about February 2nd. So we celebrate, a lot of us on the pagan path, what is called Imbolc or Candlemas. And you'll see some holidays in some of the churches about the different types of Candlemas things. A lot of the colors associated with this are red and white. And there's other video on the channel that talks about that. And I'll be talking a lot more about herbs and oils and stuff for Candlemas or Imbolc, and working with Bridget on Thursday of this week. So that energy is still about going inside. And that's where we're at. We're still at that point of winter. It's about reflection. And Mercury retrograde right now, that's exactly what it's telling us to do, to go inside and to reflect and to focus on our self-care, to focus on our self-love, and to focus on healing our own issues, healing our own wounds, and to look inside. And that also helps us to not have a lot of conflict with others, because a lot of times we project that pain and project those issues out onto other people. And we say that it's their fault that we're feeling this way, or that they did this to us, instead of actually taking that time to go into the silence and look inside. And it's really, really important to do that. And it's not easy. It's totally not easy at all. I remember times of never wanting to look inside and saying, no, this had to be some outside influence. There's no way that, I was picking up everybody else's stuff because I'm an empath. Well, yes, I do pick up everybody else's stuff because I'm an empath, but I also had my own crap to deal with. And once I actually admitted that, then I was able to do so much and able to grow and able to move forward. So taking that time and using this retrograde to help you take that time over the next 2 weeks to pull inside and to draw inside and to do that is really good. It's also the most amazing time right now to remember who you are. I want you to dance. I want you to sing. I want you to play. It's time to enjoy and celebrate life, your life, with yourself. So this doesn't mean you need to have a big party and have tons of friends over. No, I mean, I want you to enjoy the moment. I want you to see the sun and watch it come up in the morning and feel it fill your life with joy. I want you to remember to dance, remember to play. If you have kids around or can even get kids on Zoom to contact with from distant family, get that kid-like energy back into yourself. That is perfect for this time, to pull yourself back in, because we're not here for the drudgery. We're here to live. We're here to celebrate life. And part of celebrating life is playing and not taking yourself too seriously. Because if all you do is take yourself seriously, then what fun is life? So get that stuff going. Get that energy going. So yes, a little time for silence, a little time to go inside and to realize where you're at, but also enjoying that playful time is vital right now. So let's see what else I have. Oh, I also want you to see if at some point during the week, if this feels right to you, to try to do something to read or educate yourself for fun. I don't mean studying like school or something like that. I mean, find a funny book or some funny articles or something like that, or look through some comics, or do something like playing in the dirt and preparing those seeds to work on you instead of picking up your phone and randomly scrolling. So just once a week for 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day, do something that makes you happy, something that will fill you with joy, instead of picking up your phone and getting sucked into the machine. So yeah, I know. I'm on the machine, talking to you on the machine, and I'm telling you not to get sucked into the machine. But I mean it. Just 15 minutes a week, and that will be great. So Barb says, funny you should say all the things that you just did about the singing and dancing and watching the sun come up, because that's exactly what I have been doing all day. That is awesome. That is putting the energy back to me. 1 second, guys. Sorry. The joy about it being cold outside is that the heat is blasting in here, even though I don't actually have it turned on, just because it's in the whole entire thing and it keeps coming up. It's keeping me really dry. So we do need to dance, and that energy is that energy that's about. So you confirming that is just that, I'm picking up on the right energies, picking up on the energies to spread to everyone else who's not necessarily paying attention to them. So that is really awesome. And thank you for sharing. That's great. So, but yeah, I want you to also, when little issues happen or when things happen and there's tiny little miscommunications, right now with the retrograde, I don't want you to take things too seriously. So that doesn't mean that you ignore anything that is going on right now, but make sure that you don't, like if someone makes a comment, don't take it to heart. Let it go by. Let it see where it resonates, where it's at, instead of fighting back. So a lot of times during Mercury retrograde, our problems or our issues come because we bite back. We take things too seriously. We let them wear down on us, and then we get upset and we throw daggers back at other people instead of communicating properly. So if you can be a little bit lighter and a little more playful and just kind of watch those things go by and then look at it for what it really is, and take a minute before you reply and actually hear the person, because they're probably not saying what you think they're saying. You have crap around you that you need to deal with. So your filters perhaps are not hearing what they're saying properly, or there's a chance of that. I just want to make sure that you're hearing what they're saying properly. They could really be being a jerk, and then therefore, but that doesn't mean that you need to be a jerk back to them. But also don't take their words to heart is what I'm saying. So let things go, let things be smooth, that kind of thing. Other than that, let's see what else we got. Make sure that you're paying attention to those blessings because they will be there and they're going to be what keeps you going from the next little bit right now. But that's pretty much where the energies are at. What kind of questions do you guys have today? I'll wait for questions you can put questions up after the live stream as well, but I'll wait for questions in the chat and we'll go from there. And do a couple of quick announcements. Today only, actually, in the website, which is Transformational Healing by Dawna.com/shop. The shop has 20% off all the incense things and all the smudge products. So if you can burn it, pretty much. If you can burn it or you can use it to burn things, it is on sale. So that includes all the big incense boxes and all the big kits, all the handmade incenses, the powdered incenses, the smudge sticks, all that different kinds of things. Anything that is on the website should be marked at 20% off, but that ends at midnight tonight. So you don't want to miss out on that. If you're looking for any of those types of products right now, it'd be a good time to grab them. You do still get the $50 and free shipping, and that comes after the discount. There are only 3 spots left in the Reiki 1 class, which is on Sunday, January 30th in person. And we have that. And then starting in February, we're going to be alternating at Star and Splendor, intro to the shamanic journey and shamanic journey series class, and doing once a month guided meditations on Thursday evenings. So you should see those coming up really, really soon. So keep your eyes open about that. And Nicole says, for all the herbs that you sell, not the magical ones, are they mostly fine to use in teas and cooking? Yes. So obviously, as you said, not the magical ones, Nicole. Obviously, I do not want you guys using Hyjon root, mistletoe, poke root, unless you're using it very carefully under an herbalist. The mistletoe is also used very, very, very carefully under an herbalist for medicine. But in general, if I offer it on the site, don't eat patchouli, things like that. If it is something that is able to be used medicinally or in cooking, yes, you can use it medicinally or in cooking. And it will tell you whether or not that herb is actually organic. So I don't get any of the, I don't want to use the word poisonous, but I don't get any of the herbs that you don't usually use internally in the organic form. So anything that I carry in the store, so the thyme and the parsley and the rosemary and things like that, that I get for spiritual baths, I use in my kitchen upstairs. So yes, I put them in my teas, that sort of thing, everything that I do for teas and cooking. So any of the organic herbs are the same herbs that I'm putting in the herbal teas that I offer on the website for you. They're the ones that I put into my body on a regular basis. I work with a really great wholesaler and try to get as much as possible organic. But there are some things that you don't get organic, and I do still consume them. So I will put rosebuds in some of my teas, even though they're not organic. But if I can get it organic, then I do get it organic. I haven't been able to find the organic jasmine flowers at a price that you could remotely pay for, but I'm not getting sick from them. I mix them with the green tea, and I have them in my food all the in the tea all the time. So, only clearly the ones safe for eating, she says, and consumption, but they are just like the ones that you put in the teas. Yep, exactly what I do. So Nicole says, okay, great. I thought to infuse them with oil too to cook with. Yes, you can definitely do that. I infuse them in the oils to make the salves that I make that you guys can also order through the site. I infuse them, or not really infuse. I use them and I create tinctures with them as well. And that's where all the herbal tinctures come from. So all of the herbs that I sell in the shop are the ones that I'm using to make the organic tinctures and the salves and the teas and all of that. So yes, if it is consumable, you can consume it from the shop. If ever there is something that is typically consumable and I don't think you should consume it, I will put for magical use only on the listing, and I'll make sure that it's like right up in the title. But I would basically just only put it in incense, and I wouldn't sell it at all. Like if it was anything that I wildcraft, um like the vetch and things like that I'm wildcrafting. Yes, I wildcraft in safe places, but I mostly only wildcraft the vetch, the black-eyed Susans, and the daisies at this point in time. And we use those in magical things, and I put them in the incenses, and then I sell them in the shop. Those are the things that I wildcraft, but you're not going to be eating daisies and black-eyed Susans. So I think we're pretty safe when it comes to that. So yeah, that was a great question, Nicole. Thank you. If there's anything else that you guys want me to record videos on, make sure you give me a comment. I'm still trying to fill up the end of February and March's schedule with titles for videos. So that tells you how far ahead I am. Not very. So let's definitely get a bunch more video titles in. I want to make sure that I'm helping you guys with what you need to get back into balance, because that's what's important. I can try to guess at where you guys are at for balance by picking up on the energies, like I did about the energies today. And Barb says that's exactly what she's doing. So that's awesome. But I'm not always that good. I just try to randomly guess. And it really helps, especially for the recorded ahead of time videos. If I can get them done further ahead, then we won't have to be skipping weeks when I have to take weeks off of work to do other things or to go other places. And I know that once the spring and summer hits, I will start to be adding some of those herb walks back in, or maybe we'll just focus on specific herbs, like 1 or 2 herbs, and that's it per video. And have one of those videos about herbs each week and a video about another topic each week. But I want to know what you guys think about that. What do you need from me? Because that's what's important. So I don't think we have any more questions. Let's see. So who's going to go dance? Who's going to go read books, have fun, dance, sing, party, be joyful? Maybe? I know. Lots of snow tonight for us here in the Northeast anyway. I know that a little further south, you guys have been getting slammed by ice and you guys are not used to it. At least if we get snow instead of ice up here, I will be happy. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, have fun, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you're watching this on the replay, if you have any questions, and I'll be sure to pop in and answer them as well. Other than that, I want you guys to have a great week. And Barb says that she is sending hugs to all her favorite people for her and that she loves us all. I love you too, Barb. And make sure that you share those hugs with the people that you know that I'm sending them to as well. So I can't wait until Brushwood opens and I get to actually give Barb that hug in person, because that's where we get to meet up. So, Nicole, I hope you also have a really good week, and you're very welcome. And I'm here every Sunday at 2 o'clock. Occasionally, there'll be a ready to go video instead of a live. And every Tuesday and Thursday, there are recorded videos to help you to get back into balance. So we'll see you real soon, and have a wonderful week and stay safe. Many blessings, tribe. Let me know what's going on and let me know how I can help you get back to balance.